Hello everybody, what's up? It's Fern. Welcome back to another Plenty video. Today we're going to be doing my September walkthrough of my houseplant collection. I'm going to show you how everyone's doing. And let me just say, the plants are looking good right now because I've just spent many hours spraying them all down, making sure that they're all clean. If you've been watching my recent videos, then you would know that I've just been trying to banish pests from my home. So yeah, I've been going a little crazy with that lately. There's been a lot of leaf washing, a lot of spraying down of every single plant basically. I'm feeling really good about that. I feel like I'm turning a new leaf, if you will. I want to be one of those girlies who just has their crap together when it comes to their plants. Well, when it comes to anything really, but we're just talking about plants right now. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like my collection is in a pretty good place right now. I mean, you know, there's some plants that are still struggling with pests a little bit, not even struggling, but there's some that I just have to be more on top of treating than others because they were the ones that were hit worse than the rest of the collection, if that makes any sense. But in general, I feel like the plants are in a good place and heading in a really good collection, what? Heading in a really good direction, but here's the kicker. I am going away for 10 whole days and the plants are going to be fending for themselves, which I did last year and it was fine. I had, I think, a couple of plants get root rot, but I was able to save them. It was fine. Like, it wasn't a big deal. Most of the plants, you know, it was fine. However, whenever you're away from your plants for an extended amount of time, that's when pests can really descend because you're not walking around and checking on them every day. They might be, you know, getting thirsty towards the end and they're just more vulnerable. So it kind of sucks that I am going away at this time because I'm worried that my pest issues are just gonna come back full force. So let's all cross our fingers. I'm actually filming a whole plant chores vlog, I guess, a vlog about the prep that I'm doing before I go and just kind of explaining like what my routine is for when I leave for an extended amount of time. 10 days is like the longest I would go. So that'll probably be coming next week if you're interested. Stay tuned. But yeah, for now, we're just going to enjoy that most of the plants are looking really good and we're just gonna walk through and admire all of them. So grab yourself a tea or a coffee, a soda, whatever your preference is, and let's go check them out. Okay, so I think that we'll start over here at the Vitz show shelf. Now, I have done some repottings, like for example, we have another swinging guy on here, and yeah, some things have been potted up. That's going to be coming in my Q&A chatty repot next week, I think. I've been pre-filming so that y'all still have content when I'm gone, so things are not going up necessarily in the order that I filmed them, but you will see me pot those up. Speaking of these swinging guys, this Dischidia in here is doing really well. There's actually some new growth at the top. You can see a few of these vines with active growth, and this guy is just so cute. So yeah, I've been loving this one lately. I never knew that I needed Dischidia in my life, but yeah, it's definitely been fun to grow so far. Behind that one, you can see my begonia, is she Purple Shield? Is that what she's called? Purple Haze, I think. I got that from Crystal Star Nursery and I love this begonia so much, but you may have noticed that it's almost always floppy in my videos. Like whenever I happen to be filming and showing this shelf, it's almost always thirsty, and that's because I'm assuming it's just a very thirsty begonia because even when I up potted it, like it hasn't even been potted in that pot for very long. Even when I up potted it, it still was just getting thirsty. So I was like, okay, I guess this is just a thirstier begonia. So I went ahead and used this little mushroom watering globe. I've been just refilling this up once it gets empty. So this plant is, I guess, kind of in like a self-watering setup with that. Now this isn't, at least I don't find something like this very useful for like a larger plant, but it's honestly perfect for this size of plant here in just like a 4-inch pot. So that begonia has been so much happier since I've implemented that, and I also just think that it looks so cute. I'm really loving this shelf lately. I just feel like it's got so many fun elements with the, you know, the swing planters. We have my olive pot on here. I love all these just different like pink, purple, the checkered pot back there. My iridescent stars. We have my books. It's just like a really me kind of shelf, my pingdom. And yeah, I've just been really loving it lately. And it's funny because this used to be my least favorite shelf. Like I just could not figure it out for the life of me. But over time, I've just been adding more things to kind of personalize it. And now I'm so happy with it. So yeah, just a reminder that I guess sometimes it really does just take time to kind of curate things. Not that this is, you know, this is probably not what a lot of people's definition of curated would be, but for me, I love it. And yeah, this shelf makes me really happy. It's gonna be even better soon because I'm gonna be putting the Halloween decor up soon, which I'm so excited for. But anyways, I did want to talk about something that's not so great that has been resulting, well, I'm fairly confident that it's been resulting from the pest treatment that I've been doing. So, oh my goodness, I feel like I have been talking, I feel like I'm a broken record talking about this pest treatment and just pests in general on my channel. They're slowly but surely getting to a place where I'm going to be able to talk about other things rather than pests all the time, so please bear with me. It's been a tough year for pests for me, but I have been noticing with the DIY pest solution that I've been using, which is comprised of tea tree castile soap, peppermint castile soap, hydrogen peroxide, and isopropyl alcohol. I've been noticing that has been damaging some of my more sensitive leaves, and it has also been damaging like new emergent leaves. Let me show you what I mean. So at first I thought it was just my variegated rhaphidophora. That's what I really noticed it on. But then I noticed it happening on other plants. So you can see after I sprayed it, this whole, like this was going to be a new leaf that was gonna emerge. And now it's just all turned brown. I think it's mushy, let's see. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. Do you see that? I don't know what, should I pull it out? I guess I'm gonna do it. I can't stop now. Yeah, it's just like completely turned to mush. Not me gonna put it back in the pot. So I was kind of like, what the heck? I thought that, you know, maybe it's because this plant is really highly variegated, and maybe that is. But then, like I said, I'll show you some other plants that it's happened to. So I think that the solution is kind of sitting in the like a sheath, I guess, and it's just like burning any soft, fresh leaf tissue that's there. I'm just wanting to point it out. I'm not someone who gets like, you know, if the treatment works, I'm not too upset about something like that happening on some of my plants. But if you are someone who is really sensitive about leaves getting damaged, then just keep that in mind. That's why I'm mentioning it. But yeah, that did unfortunately happen to that rhaphidophora, and it's also just like a very highly variegated. This is basically doing the same thing that my Syngonium chiapense variegated is doing, where it gives one leaf that's like half moon variegated, and then the next leaf is completely white, and then it gives you another half moon variegated. So we'll see what's going to happen with this, but I really hope that I can get some more even variegation on it because I really want to have this plant. But yeah, unfortunately it's not looking super amazing at this moment in time. Beside that though, we have a plant that I've been obsessed with lately, and that is my Alocasia longiloba silver. Wait, this is like Lucifer or something, is it? Oh, okay, yeah. So Alocasia longiloba silver, aka Lucifer. So this I got as a little baby plant, did I? Yeah, I think it came to me as like a little tiny baby plant with one of those original leaves, and it was just giving out, you know, the first few leaves were really small, and then all of a sudden it popped out this huge leaf. I mean, it's not huge in like a general sense, but it's huge compared to the little minuscule ones it was giving me. So I was so just shook by this. It looks so good. So yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with Alocasia longiloba now. I really want the purple, is it Prince one, the purple one. But yeah, that is just looking amazing. I was also checking on my, what is this called again? It starts with a C, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I'm completely blanking on what this is called. It's a trailing plant that flowers. I'll put it on the screen, but this is new to my collection. I popped it into this cup and I was looking and I think that it's rooted. Do you see these roots? I thought maybe that was just the sphagnum, but I feel like that right here, like that's in too distinct of a pattern. Like I feel like that has to be roots. Like all the little like stringy things. Do you see that? I don't know if y'all will be able to see what I'm talking about, but long story short, I think that this one is doing okay. So I'm really happy about that. I can't wait to see this grow out once I actually get that potted up into soil. Also, my new Hoyas that I got at the same time, we have the Vitellinoides, this massive Hoya. I popped them just into these little containers, kept them in sphagnum, and I'm just waiting for roots. The other one that I got, if you didn't see this video where I unbox these plants, it's in my cozy plant days where I moved the Millsbo cabinet in that video. But we also have the Hoya globulosa, which is one of my like obsessions right now. I love this Hoya so much. So again, I'm just waiting for that one to root for me. But so far it's looking really good. I love how fuzzy this one is. We have so many blooms coming in on the Pingdom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one is on its way out right here. This one's like drying up. I want to press these. Like, isn't that so cute? Should I take it off and just press it? Oh shoot, oh my gosh, I just uprooted the whole thing. Okay, I will deal with that afterwards. Get back in there. Get back in there. Gosh, I'm just obsessed with this. Like, I am obsessed, you guys. I love how pink this one is too. Oh my gosh, I love this Pingdom. Anyways, looking very cute. We worked with a couple of these plants recently, so a little update. My begonia thurstonii, we potted that up. I just watered it yesterday. Seems to be settling in okay so far. I don't know, there's not really anything going on with it. Oh, we do have a new leaf coming in there, so that's good. And then my Anthurium moodianum. How's it so dusty again? Oh my gosh, I think because these ones are on the lower shelf and we have dogs, so it just, I feel like that's why it just gets so dusty down here. But anyways, my Anthurium moodianum that I'm trying to save, I chopped this up in my last plant chores video and I don't know if it's rooting yet. I don't want to mess around with it, but like so far it looks okay. So I'm just letting it be. Okay, so here's another one of the plants where the new leaf was kind of burned from the pest solution. Unfortunately, this is my Epipremnum Mandula pothos, and yeah, it's starting to unfurl now, but you can see part of that leaf went completely brown when it was in the sheath. I am happy to see some variegation on it though, because this gave me a reverted leaf, but now it's getting variegation again, so thank goodness. I do have a second vine growing in here, but this is like the main vine right here. My golden child, Alocasia frydek. This is literally one of my favorite plants of all time. I can't even tell you how much I love it. Like, this definitely has to be top 10 favorite houseplants just overall. At least for this year. Like, this has been doing so incredibly well. We also recently repotted this in my pond video. So it's now in a, I think 7-inch self-watering pot in my DIY pond mix, and it's very happy. This also had a horrible bout of spider mites, but since I've been treating it, it's looking really good. This is a brand new leaf that it just gave me right here. Stunning. This is probably still my favorite one. This one, it's so gorgeous with that sectoral. Oh, and this one, because it has like this big minty. Oh my gosh, I love them all. It's just so pretty. It did also produce a little pup for me. So this was a little pup leaf, and then this is a new one that just came out. So that's really cool. I did also add a new plant into my collection, which I was really excited about. I did an unboxing reel for this on my Instagram, so you may have seen it there. But my friend Brandon from Philobrandon actually sent this over to me. He has a really awesome planty Instagram, and he's now on YouTube, so I'll link him down below. But he was so kind he messaged me and asked if I wanted some of his Solanum oleanum. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be freaking amazing, because I literally never see these for sale. I've seen them for sale from US sellers, but I've never seen them for sale in Canada. So yeah, that was just so nice of him to offer. And he sent them over to me, 2 of them, and they look amazing. And you guys, I was so shook. Like, I knew I was gonna like this plant, but I was not prepared for just how soft and velvety it is. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. It's such a goth plant, and y'all know how I feel. I love my dark, moody plants. So I'm so happy that these are settling in so well. I've had them for about a week now, and yeah, they're doing awesome. I've just left them in what he sent them in so far, which looks like a perlite and sphagnum mix. And I just have them under my Barinas. And yeah, they seem like they're doing really well. Nothing else really to report on this shelf. This is a new growth point on my variegated mican, so I'm very curious to find out if it's going to spit out a variegated leaf for me. I really hope it does, so send me good vibes for that. On the corner here, we of course have my stunning Anthurium pallidiflorum, one of my like all-time favorite plants in my whole collection, and I did recently get a new leaf. It's this one right here, which is so long and thin and dark. It just goes on forever. Like, it's so pretty, and I'm continually just amazed at how this plant grows for me, and just the fact that it looks so nice, because I give such minimal care to this, like truly in all aspects. This is in basically low light. I let it get bone dry between waterings, like the same as I do with a lot of my other plants. Like, I really don't baby it at all, and it's doing amazing. So yeah, I'm just obsessed with it. I know that this leaf is yellow. That's just an older one that it will eventually let go of. But yeah, my goodness, I just couldn't believe this new leaf. It's so pretty. It just continually amazes me. Okay, let's move down to some of these lower shelves here. Not much to say for my 2 Hoyas that are very prone to mealies. I just treated them again today. I'm just, you know, trying to stay on top of it until they are completely eradicated, or until I feel they're completely eradicated. But I still see the odd one pop up on them, so I'm still gonna be treating them for a while. Okay, so down here we have my very marbly Monstera albo, which y'all have seen the new leaf on this if you watched my favorite plants video. But if you didn't see that video, we have a stunning new leaf on my Monstera albo, and it has little fennies, so really cute. I love this plant so much. And then beside that, I just wanted to give you a little update on my Hoya obovadas. I put both of them on trellises because they were just so... Sitting down here, I'm just realizing how chaotic it looks behind this shelf with all the cords, so please ignore that. I need to sort that out eventually. I know. I've been needing to do it for a while. It's just, to be honest, it's not very high on my priority list. Like, as long as the lights are functioning, I don't know. I should do it eventually. But anyways, my Hoya obovadas, they were just getting so crazy. So I figured it was definitely time to pop them onto some trellises. So that's exactly what I did. These trellises are both from Houseplant Essentials. They're just clear acrylic ones. This one is a circle. You can like barely see it. It's so clear. And then this one is a heart on the variegated Hoya obovata. So we'll see how they do on those, but yeah, it just keeps them a lot tidier. Also, I'll scoot over here quickly and just point out my Syngonium albo. I recently got rid of the plant and I just took these cuttings. I was considering not even taking cuttings because I was like, do I really am I obsessed with this plant? And to be completely honest, I'm not obsessed with it, but I do really like it. I think that it's one of those plants that not only has sentimental value to me, because it definitely does, but it also is just like a little bit whimsical. Like, I don't know, something about it is giving whimsy. So I do like the plant. I'm not obsessed like I was before, but I do like it. So I think I would be sad if I completely got rid of it. But the reason that I got rid of the plant, if you remember, it was here before and it was a massive full pot of Syngonium albo, and I was looking at it and realized that it had a lot of mealies, and I was like, okay, I feel like this is definitely contributing to the mealy problem that I'm having, and it would just take forever to treat like such a big bushy plant. So I just let it go, and I picked some cuttings that I really liked where I thought the variegation was really nice. So yeah, it grows so quickly. I will have a lush pot of it again, I'm sure. I'm actually thinking of doing something like putting it in front of the shelf and then maybe like pinning it up along or something. Like, wouldn't it be cool to grow something like up? I think that'd be cool. Overall, I'm really happy with this shelf. It's really clean. The plants are clean, the shelves are clean. Like, I feel like it's just being maintained really nicely right now, so I'm proud of myself for that. Oh yeah, and I also did move my Hoya serpent, or not Hoya, my philodendron serpents down here, if you noticed that. This is another one that the leaf was just emerging, and I did that DIY treatment, and this is what happened, the browning. So that does suck because it looks like it was going to be a nice leaf too. So I am kind of bummed about this one. You can see, look, oh my gosh, look, even the petiole, it's like all brown. Has that happened to anyone else? It's kind of crazy. Like, that stuff is so intense. Actually, something even crazier happened to do with that DIY solution, which I will get to, but yeah, oh my goodness, that stuff is like kind of intense. I'm gonna turn the air conditioning off because I don't trust it to not mess up my audio when I'm standing near it. Also gonna close my blinds so that I'm not staring at my neighbors. Okay, so my stunning climbers right here that are against the wall, I am so in love with these plants and it's so cool to have them in this spot. Like, I really do love it. They're such statement plants. It's crazy. I've said this before, but I still just can't believe that I've grown plants to be this size. And I know that they can grow a lot larger, but for me, okay, this is really large. So first of all, here we have my Monstera Esqueleto. Now this is the last leaf it gave me. I thought this one was massive, and it spit out this new one right here, which is still expanding, and it's even bigger. Look at the size of this. It's huge. It's huge. And look at all of the perforations, all of the holes along the midrib there. That is stunning. This one does not have nearly as many. See? That's the last one. All the holes on this one. It's crazy. So I'm so impressed. What is that? Oh my gosh, that's like a random bug. What is that? I don't think it's a pest. Is that a baby spider? Maybe. Anyways, I was not sure what this leaf was going to turn out like because this is further away from the window than it was before. It used to be mounted up in that spot and now it is down here, so it's not getting a ton of light. I do plan to install a light there eventually. I was actually going to order it the other day and then I had to stop myself because I remembered that I'm leaving for 10 days and I didn't want anything to be delivered while I'm gone. So I will have to order that and get that sorted out because I do want to give these plants light, obviously. But yeah, still have this huge, massive leaf coming in, so I'm very happy with that. And then beside her, we of course have my Philodendron Glorious, who I recently featured in my Philodendron collection video that I posted. Yeah, she speaks for herself. She's stunning. She's so dark, velvety, just really, really eye-catching. This is actually a new leaf on the secondary vine in here. And yeah, it just looks so beautiful. I love her so much. I just showered her the other day and my goodness, it is such a task to get this plant in the shower now. Like, it barely fits. You know how people on ground level can just like walk out the door and then they're like in their backyard with the hose right there? If I was in that situation, I would be showering this outside probably, but I'm not. So I have to bring it into the bathtub and it's a bit of an ordeal, but this one really does need to be showered because it gets EFN, extra floral nectaries, which are the little, hopefully there isn't any right now. You can see the damage from it. That's all from EFN. That's not pest damage or anything, it's just from that. And you can obviously see it on the front of the leaf too. So what you need to do is shower the plant frequently to wash it off before it can kind of like burn through. The rest of the leaves aren't as bad as that one, but yeah. Anyways, gosh, I hope y'all are in the mood for a long chatty video today because I apparently have a lot to say about all of these plants. Okay, so moving over here, I guess I will just give a little pan of what it's looking like. It's looking, oh, do you see the little like mirror ball light shining from my disco ball planter. It's so pretty when it hits the light. Anyways, we have my Philodendron domesticum, my Philodendron marmalade up there on the wall. I don't think I'm going to be taking them down because I did recently show them in my Philodendron video and they look exactly the same. I just had them down like yesterday and there's been no changes. So I'm going to leave them up there. Below them, we do have a new leaf on my Philodendron Red Anderson, which looks like it has stunning variegation, but I don't know why the leaf looks kind of like stunted. It's small and it's just a little bit misshapen, so I don't really know what the meaning of that is, but overall the plant is looking beautiful. I just posted this on my Instagram the other day. Philodendron Splendid is growing off the moss pole because I need to extend it. I lost my wire cutters. I found like my crappy pair of wire cutters that aren't really great for cutting that wire that I will have to just use. So I need to do that. I just have been putting it off, but I should actually do that before my trip. So maybe catch me doing that in the plant prep vlog. Okay, over here is my Cebu Blue, who is a mixture of doing really well and also not well. First of all, it's looking crazy. It looks like a tree because it's basically naked stem at the bottom and then that turns into like the bushy growth. I don't know why, but I kind of like it. Like it just kind of gives it character. I don't know, it cracks me up, but it's actually not that funny because all those leaves are gone due to scale. This plant has had such a tough time with pests lately. So, oh my gosh, I can literally see scale on it right now. I just removed these. Are these alive? I don't know. It's so annoying. I do not think that the diatomaceous earth worked for scale. Although I did put it on my escaleto and I haven't seen any more scale on that one. So maybe the infestation was just really bad on this one. I'm not sure. But anyways, not only has it had problems with the scale, but it also had a freaking case of aphids. I know. Actually, I'm not surprised because I did see a couple of aphids down here before, and then I kind of washed them off and didn't think much of it. And then when I came over here one day, there was a whole bunch of aphids, and I was like, what in the heck? And this is something that I kind of had a feeling was going to happen at some point this summer because I have been bringing in so much stuff from the garden outside, which is basically like done for the year. But I just knew it was going to happen because I knew I was bringing aphids into the house. Like I could see them when I was washing like kale and stuff. So anyways, I was talking to my boyfriend and we were talking about how I'm going to need a better system outside to wash, like a little washing station or something, so that I'm not bringing in like my infested vegetables and spreading it to my houseplants. But anyways, that is what happened to this newest leaf, which is kind of sad because this would have been so stunning. Like this is by far the most fenestrated leaf that I've gotten on this plant. So it's such a beautiful leaf, but yeah, unfortunately it does have damage from the aphids, I'm pretty sure. We do have a new leaf there, which looks like it is going to have a little bit of damage as well, probably from the pest treatment. So I don't know, y'all. There's been a lot of wins around here recently, but then there has also been some more questionable things like that. I think that the aphids are gone, but they did sure take a good juicy bite out of some of my plants, like some of my Hoyas down here. Who even knew that aphids liked Hoyas? I don't know, but they do. Oh yeah, okay, so this is the crazy thing that I have to show you happened from the DIY pest treatment. So this morning, actually, I got up. Okay, so I've spent the last 2 days pretty much like spraying down my plants, making sure they're all clean, like cleaning all of the saucers, the cover pots, everything. I pulled everything out. I cleaned the whole windowsill, like took off the like plastic thing I have on there, cleaned everything, vacuumed the floors were all clean. And then I came out this morning and this freaking planter was on the ground and like soil everywhere. And I was like, wait, what is going on here? I could see that it wasn't broken, so I was like, thank goodness, but I was so confused. Like my brain was not computing. I was like, how did this fall down? Like, did I not hang it properly on the curtain rod, or like what the heck is going on? It had fallen like on my Jose Bono. And then I looked and I was like, what in the world is going on here? So look at the hanger. Like it literally just
looks like it like disintegrated. Like what I think happened, I think that this was glued into the holes in the planter, and the DIY spray with the isopropyl alcohol like dissolved the glue and it just came crashing down. It's the craziest thing ever. I was so just shocked by that. Like, look, it must have been glued in these holes. And then it just, like, that freaking DIY stuff is serious. Because I sprayed it, I think, last night and hung it. And then this morning I woke up to it on the floor. So yeah, this DIY stuff, like, y'all, it's nothing to laugh at. It is serious. Things are being taken out around here. Anyways, I don't think I have too much to update really along this windowsill. Oh, I actually have, oh my gosh, has it opened? Oh yeah, this is actually weird. Look at this. So one of my pinguiculas caught one of these like big mosquito things. I feel kind of sad for it, but yeah, it freaking caught that, which is so kind of disturbing, but cool. Anyways, here is my Pinguicula cyclosecta, and this is actually the first time I've had one of these bloom. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? This just opened today. This just opened today. What a little cutie. I don't know if it's gonna open more than that. I think it will. It's still kind of like bell-shaped, you know? I think it will open more. But how stunning. I love Pinguicula cyclosecta. The purple is just so pretty. So I thought that was really cool. I feel like whenever I do these videos, I always have pink flowers to show you. So how exciting is that? I just watered these yesterday as well, so they're very happy. Also, our fence is freshly stained outside and it looks so stunning. Gorgina. We have a new leaf coming in on my Crystal Mag, and this is exciting because it's maybe a little bit damaged, like down here you can see, but it's not nearly as damaged as the last one because the last one was emerging like during the peak of the spider mite infestation. Which one was it? This one, I think. And yeah, it was super damaged. So I'm happy that we have another one on the way here. My Hoya compacta has been doing really well. It's growing like crazy. Is that a peduncle too? It has a few peduncles. I don't think it'll bloom this year, but I think that we have a good chance of getting blooms next summer, like maybe even multiple blooms, because this window, I swear y'all, well, both of these south-facing windows are like Hoya bloom heaven. I've never had so many Hoya blooms in my life until having these windows, so I'm very grateful for them. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of new growth on here. I actually had one that like split. Where is it? Wait, was I dreaming that? Was I literally dreaming about this plant last night? Oh no, it's here. Right here, this one vine has split off into two. How fun is that? So yeah, that's really cool. I love that this entire plant started off from like one little plant that was this big. If you have patience, you can grow them out. Philodendron varicosum is still doing well here, looking stunning in like golden hour lighting. We have a new leaf here. You can already see though that there is some damage because of the treatment again. Let's try to unroll this a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I really do think like anywhere that the treatment can like pool, it will just burn the leaf tissue. That's definitely a con of that treatment. What else? Oh, these ones are just looking so stunning in this lighting. I love it. Begonia polensis is doing so well. I'm just so in love with this begonia. I can't even tell you. I love her so much. Yeah, totally makes my day whenever I see it. Tons of new leaves coming in on her. She is a thirsty, at least in this planter, which I feel like is a pretty decent size for her, but she is thirsty. I have to water her all the time. And I also think she is very hungry as well. Like to keep her dark leaf color, I feel like she needs to be fertilized very frequently. In fact, I think I'm gonna start using the Kelpie fertilizer for her as well, because I feel like she really would just appreciate an extra boost.
But yeah, lots of cutie new leaves coming in on her. Really hoping that my variegated Thanksgiving cactus is going to bloom for me this fall, since she's been living in natural light for the past several months. I really wanted her to be living in natural light so that her bloom cycle would be triggered. I know people have said that they've bloomed these under grow lights, but I don't know, she grows fine in natural light, so I thought it'd be easier to just have her here, and then she will hopefully just bloom in the fall really easily. Look at the rainbows on my anthurium. How cute is that? Right here as well. How pretty. I was looking at this leaf last night when I was showering my plants, and I was just like, man, I feel like I do not appreciate this enough. Like, it is so, so gorgeous. I mean, I am obsessed with it, but I don't know. This is like a prize winner right here. Grown with freaking Miracle-Gro. It's crazy. I can't even I have to back up to get the whole thing on camera. Look at that, it's so dark and healthy looking. Wow. I'm trying to think of anything else that needs an update. I've already been raving about this plant recently. You would have seen it in my favorites plants, fall favorites that I posted. Hoyas are doing well. Yeah, I think, oh, I do need to pull down at least one of my Hoya to show you because I am very impressed here. Okay, so my Hoya, I think this is Incrusata inner variegated, or is this the one that's moon shadow? I don't really know. But anyways, I was actually considering getting rid of this plant a few months ago because it was just giving me kind of ugly leaves, like not very variegated, not even really like a nice shape or anything to them. But then I was like, let me try putting it in my top south window for the summer and see if I get any nice growth. And you guys, she has redeemed herself because look at these leaves. Like, are you actually joking me? These are so nice, and I'm very glad that I decided to keep the plant. Like, yeah. These are stunning. Literally gave me everything that I wanted. Like, this is the type of leaves that I want on this plant. So I guess it was because of the high light. That's what this plant had maybe been missing, or the heat. I don't know what it was, but she's been popping off and I am very much here for it. So yeah, really had to give you an update on her. There have been a few mealies popping up there, which is not surprising because I had basically been letting those plants fend for themselves over the summer. Like, I had not even taken them down from that spot in probably like 6 to 8 weeks. I was just getting so lazy with watering. I was just like climbing up and just watering in place, but which is obviously a recipe for pests to take over. So yeah, I've been treating those for mealies now. So hopefully that issue is going to get resolved, but the plants are still looking amazing. So I have no complaints. I just noticed all of the rainbows hitting the Gisenia pothos. Looks so pretty. Love that so much. Okay, so moving on to the living room kind of area, we have these two girls here. Hey, monkeys. They're waiting for their DIN. Anyways, let's see what we have going on here. For these hanging plants, I don't actually think there's too much of anything going on. They're just kind of same old. Of course, a million blooms coming in on my Wooliniana, which is standard for her. She always has a ton of blooms. These ones are open. If I can show you. The lighting is weird, but that's what they look like. There's so many on here. Yeah. My Hoya Kalimantan, we moved her out of the cabinet a couple of weeks ago and she's been doing well. I haven't seen any new growth, but I think she's just kind of adapting to being in room conditions. Tons of growth on some of my Hoyas here. My Hoya 039, I can never remember. 039 Flores Island has been growing. We have several new leaves on her. And then beside that one is my Hoya lacunosa mint coin, and so much new growth on this one. A lot of the leaves are kind of smaller, so I don't know. She's growing a lot, but a lot of them are kind of smaller leaves than what she was giving me before. Not sure why that is, but she's growing like crazy, so that's good. Also getting some new growth on my Hoya rosariae, whatever the heck this is. I should figure out how to actually say that one of these days. But I'm glad that she's growing. Same with my mirabilis, some new growth. Also diatomaceous earth still on that one. I feel like I missed spraying these yesterday, those two. Philodendron patriciae still doing well over here. Not really any changes since my philodendron collection video, but we do have this like growth point thingy, so I'm hoping to get a new leaf sometime soon. As for the rest of the plants over here, not really anything to report. Not really much to report with the plants on top of the cabinet. I actually sprayed this off, but it still has so much diatomaceous earth. I think I'm gonna actually have to, like, it comes off easily. Like you can see, even just in my finger, it comes off easily, but sometimes just spraying it with the shower is not enough. So I will have to, when I get back, actually clean these plants that have the residue left on them. Hoya prickti still looking stunning. I'm so obsessed with this Hoya right now. My Monstera Thai constellation has been without a grow light now for a few weeks, and she did put out a new leaf right here. It's beautiful, but you can see it's quite a bit smaller than her previous leaves, and that's definitely, you know, due to less light. But hopefully when I'm back, I can get all of my kind of grow light situation sorted out. Still doing really well overall, so I'm happy with that. And my Philodendron Florida Ghost up there is doing really well. I had to switch out, so I had like cable management 3M sticky things that I had stuck up the vine with in my September reset video, but I had to swap out 2 of the 3 of them because they had come off. They came off like right away. And the reason that I used those was because I couldn't find my small command hooks, but I ended up finding those. So I just have some clear command hooks up there holding the vine up. And then I have still a black cable tie right there that's holding it. But yeah, I'm still super happy with this. I think that it looks so cute up there. Okay, now let's see what's going on inside the cabinet. So right away, I have a little update on my Alocasia watsoniana. We potted this up in one of my previous videos not too long ago. And we have the new leaf has emerged and it looks really good. It's so tiny. This is just like tiniest baby plant, but it's doing well. So that's a positive update on that one. As you can see, I finally labeled my anthurium from Cartel down. I have had a tough time with most of these anthurium. I used to have 5 and ended up finally getting rid of one of these like ones that was in a cup with saran wrap like that because it basically rotted down to nothing. This one that's in here, you can't really see anything because it's just like a little tiny rooted chonk basically, but this is a Dark Phoenix and Goliath, so I'm hoping that that one's gonna end up making it, but who knows. This Queen Crystal and King of Spades, I think had a spider mite issue and that's why it's looking so janky. So hopefully that one will recover. The roots look healthy, so I'm sure that one will be fine. This one, I cannot really see any roots, so I'm definitely concerned about her. Bigfoot and Velvet Mask. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen with that one. I don't know. And then this is obviously the healthiest one. Look at that stunning leaf. I don't know why this is like the only one that likes me. This one is King Crystal and Blue Pap. I really love that one. That one will be fine. Questionable and questionable. We have some new growth coming in on my Bulbophyllum orchid. I really need to repot this. Man, I put that off so much because I was scared, but now it's getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I actually have to repot it or else I'm just gonna end up putting it off to the point where the plant is going to suffer. So
that needs to be on my priority list when I get back home too. Some of my other mini orchids here that I got in a trade are doing quite well too. There's lots of new growth on this one here. Also, I got a question the other day asking if I still have my vanilla orchid, and I sure do. This one is so cute. I really need to figure out what I'm gonna do with this. I want to, like, you know, style it better. It's just kind of hanging out here for now because I do not know what I want to do with it. So if you have any suggestions, like, I don't know, it would be cute to have it like climbing around here, or like not climbing, but kind of like trailing along. Crawling, is that the word I'm looking for? This is what I was talking about with my Syngonium chia pens. It gives me like one variegated leaf. I guess not half moon. I said it was half moon, but that's not true. It's just one variegated and then white. So it gave me white, or it gave me variegated, white, variegated, white. So I'm really hoping to get some more balanced variegation on that one. My Nepenthes are doing well after we repotted them. Silver Sword's doing well. Drosera is in a questionable state. I don't know if that one's gonna make it. It got really dry and I did not notice, so that's my bad. It should probably be in like have a water reservoir. I don't have it set up properly yet, I guess, so that one might be a goner, which is kind of sad because that was my first Drosera and I just completely botched it. Yeah, not really much else to report on in here, but in general the plants are, well, are they doing okay? To be honest, I feel like most of these are in more of like a rehab state. Like we have these Anthurium, things that need to be repotted, things that need to be figured out. Like, yeah, it's just a bit of a chaos cabinet. I'm okay with that for now, I guess. I've come to terms with it, but lots of projects that need to be taken on in here for sure. There's a kind of further back view of the living room. Looks really cute. I'm really happy with how it's looking in here lately, especially with the Florida Ghost above the TV. Love it. Okay, we are now going to go into the bedroom because we have the plant wall, the Wally Grows, and we also have the Millsbo tall cabinet in here now. Now my Soltec track light just turned off. It turns off at 5 p.m. every day. I might extend that now that I have the cactus here. I think that I might need to run this for more hours. Right now it's running for only 10 hours, and most of my grow lights run for 12 to 14 hours, but the reason I had this only running for 10 is because these lights are just very intense, so I had to reduce it for the philodendrons. But now we have different plants here, so I'm gonna have to kind of play around with the settings. If you missed it, I put out a video where I obviously completely switched out the plants in here. I used to have trailing philodendrons and Syndapsis, and now I have my Hoya Wyetii. That is my Thai pink lipstick plant beside it. Ripsalis, Paradoxa minor, Variegated Maranta, Hoya Polyneura Broguette, and of course my monkey tail cactus. Now the monkey tail cactus used to be in the center, and I ended up switching it around, which you maybe saw on Instagram. But the reason that I moved the monkey tail cactus from the middle to the side here is because that is an extremely heavy planter with the cactus mix. Like, it's a very rocky mix and it's just so heavy. So after I watered that, I went to put it back on the wall. I was just very concerned about it being right on top of like where someone sits. If that came down, like, it would not be good. So that really freaked me out, and I decided to put it here. If for some reason it did come down, it would just, you know, it would make a big mess, but it wouldn't be like landing on somebody. So that's why I ended up moving it. I haven't had one of these ever come off the wall before, but you never know. It is literally only one screw holding these in. Obviously either in a stud or with a drywall anchor, but still. Up close, I don't really think that there's much to, like, many updates to report. Looks like these are actually some nice new leaves on the Hoya. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this one to make sure it's not going to get too bleached from being under this high light. So we will see how it does, but they're looking pretty good so far. I don't know. Probably have to wait a little while before I have any significant updates here. This room is actually a big mess right now, so I like don't even, I'm not going to show too much, but my big Begonia Magdalene Madsen here is looking so good. I cannot get over this begonia. It's so pretty. Very like velvety, beautiful dark begonia, and she's huge. She's huge. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with her. See if I can get a little. Oh, you guys, she is starting to bloom. Oh my goodness, which video was it? I know I was saying recently in a video that I was hoping she was going to bloom, but I wasn't sure if she was going to because she wasn't outside this summer. Last year she gave me beautiful blooms through the fall to the winter, and I really wasn't sure if she was gonna do it this year, but look at that. It's not open yet, but oh my goodness. That is so exciting. That's totally made my day. Okay, so I was thinking about chopping this back and maybe even restarting it and just having it be a small plant again, but I will definitely be just leaving her alone right now because she's blooming. So I obviously just want to keep her and enjoy her flowers. How exciting. I really hope that more of those continue to come in. We have my Alocasia Gagiana. Wait, this is now Odora. Alocasia Odora Aurea, and I see a yellow leaf down there that I need to get rid of. We have my Begonia Lucerne, who I think I'm going to be moving out to the dining room because she's just getting neglected in here, to be quite honest. This whole corner is kind of neglected, just being completely honest. That Gloriosum I want to cut up. This String of Hearts Silver Glory, actually it's looking quite lush, but I still kind of want to cut it up and start it over. And this Cebu Blue, I want to take propagations and start it over as well. The projects will be awaiting me when I get back from my trip. That's all I will say. Okay, now we have reached the Millsbo tall cabinet, which I have been loving having this in the bedroom. It's just so cute and cozy. So let's see what's going on in here. Honestly, I feel like there's not even that much to report because y'all have seen like a lot of the main things in here. My beautiful Anthurium Goliath Forgetii hybrid. I featured that in my favorite plants video. My Albo y'all have seen. My Hoya Serpent Silver is not doing anything. I really hope that... I did see a root, so that's good. Yeah, there are some small roots in here, but I wish it would push out growth or something soon. Hopefully it will. What else is growing? This I noticed had spider mites, so I've treated that. This Alocasia Olani. I think you all have seen this leaf on my Veitchii, right? It's the newest leaf, but it's not like that new. You've seen my massive Begonia Malacosticta. Hoya Polynera out of variegated is growing. Milano Ballata you've seen recently. This Anthurium is doing really well. This one is actually so pretty. This is Doriaki and Red Crystal. Yeah, I don't really think that there's many updates for this cabinet, to be quite honest. My variegated Hoya Lacunosa is starting to grow, but it hasn't really done much since I've last shown you. Ubicalix Silver is still at 4 leaves. It's looking really stunning though. This Hoya Serpens I had found mealies on when we moved this cabinet. So I've been treating it since then, and I don't think the issue has really... I did see a couple pop up on a couple other plants, but I've just been treating all of these plants. So I don't think it's turning into a big issue. I'm just trying to stay on top of it. Those are kind of anticlimactic plants to end the video on, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Anyways, it is time for me and the doggies to eat. What do you think, girl? What do you think, girl? Say hello. She's like, I don't want to say hello. I am Hungry. Huh, Bubba? Are you mommy's angel? Are you mommy's angel? I have all of these Halloween decorations out. They've been sitting there for days now. I really need to put them up. Am I gonna do that, Ollie? I hope so. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up.
Thank you so much for watching. Oh my gosh, her tail is just going like crazy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. The next few videos that you're gonna get from me have been pre-filmed, so I will be away. But yeah, I hope that you like them, and hopefully I will still be chatting with you in the comments. I've been fairly busy this week, but I miss y'all, so I will be back on top of comments soon. It's just been like chaos trying to get ready to leave. So yeah, okay, thank you so much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!